We've made this bike now 33 pounds. It's insane. And people are like, well, can it get too light? No! It can't get too fucking light! And you know, probably the biggest surprise is how quick people were to accept that carbon downhill bikes is a natural progression.
You know, we talked a lot about what the second travel setting would be, you know, 8, 8.5, 9, just that sort of stuff. And we were up here last summer with a couple mules, different geometries, and Nick and I rode them a bunch and sort of figured out where we wanted the head angle to be, and sort of before we knew we were going to do the adjustable head angle. So we were pretty concerned with it.
It was great to work, you know, with the racers from early on. And we didn't actually work too much with them on the travel adjust thing. That was something we were doing on our own, and because they're pretty into it being in 10-inch mode, because they're used to riding pretty rough stuff that they don't, you know, use it as a play bike. It's like a work bike.
One of the things that we did that is maybe different with this carbon frame is we made the surface area of the bike really small, and that allows us to get really thick tubes for rock impact. And the stiffness is going to be there anyways because the walls are so thick, but it's just basically a way to make a bomb-proof bike without making it heavy.
It turns into a material discussion about what carbon offers for ride quality. And you know, we've been kind of fighting the battle a little bit about kind of introducing a carbon part to mountain because everybody associates it with weight. So by introducing this material in a similar weight, it offers all the property benefits, which is like vibration dampening. They're stiffer. Where you point them, they go. They're durable. Don't flat spot, and they have a natural position. So our battle is to kind of overcome the durability thing that everybody tweaks on, but what we're putting together is an amazing wheel. And you know, we've done really well in XC, and we're doing well in AM, and now we're moving into DH.
Is it uses a polygon interface between the spindle and the non-drive crank. So this interface is actually, it's based on a DIN standard, which is a German engineering standard, and it's used in a lot of very high torque industrial applications, one of which was tank transmission drive shafts on Austrian tanks in World War II.
This is the new angle set headset that lets you adjust your head angle. 1.5 head tubes, tapered, 0 stack 44 upper, 0 stack 56 lower, and tapered 0 stack 44 upper and traditional 49 lower. So lots of different configurations. The assembly consists of an upper gimbal and a lower gimbal, and on this configuration of headset, the upper cup determines the amount of angle change. So I have in here the half-degree changing cup, so it can be half-degree steeper, half-degree slacker. A 0-degree cup, which just maintains the designed head tube angle of the frame. There's a 1-degree cup and a 1.5-degree cup. So you have 4 options. And the only part that changes out between the headsets is the upper cup.
The leverage ratio is pretty high on the old bike, and it just makes the shock a little bit more reliable to lower the leverage ratio. So we wanted to do that, and that adds weight to the frame. And then we wanted to offer the collet axle design, which all the new VPP bikes have. It's easier to keep it clean, and we have the grease ports as well on this bike. That adds a little bit of weight, and we have the adjustable head angle, which also adds a bit of weight. The reason that we went with a carbon front and an aluminum swing arm rear is that when you crash, your front triangles, it's really protected by your saddle and your cranks and your fork and your handlebars, whereas your swing arm, if you crash, you'll lay it over a rock, and it's a little bit more vulnerable. So at least for where we are right now, we felt that sticking with the aluminum rear would just offer us a more durable product. You know, you don't want to make it carbon just for the sake of making it carbon. You want to offer an advantage. We wanted to offer all of these features but still come in lighter overall. and we just felt that carbon was the best way to do that.
In your earliest memory of riding the bike park, on what bike? On what trail?
Independent Fabrication, 96 Men's Deluxe, Judy XC, 96 V brakes, all 96 componentry. Joyride, Ho Chi Minh, not previously known as that name back then. GLC Drop 2. Not the high one, not the big one, but the middle one. That was the GLC drop.
The high one was
The one I hit today.
Can you imagine hitting that shit in the park?
No, I can't hit anything.
Yeah, that and Heart of Darkness. That was those were the big trails back then.
ride Heart of Darkness on?
The Independent Fabrication.
Have suspension?
How many travels in the rear?
0.0.
You can bottom your Zerk fittings out of my ass.